moving up now, walks straight into the stall, and so the field has assembled. The light is on, set, racing. The starter sent them away beautifully. Groucho the first to appear from Vogue and Ravenel, and then Military Plume, and then on the outside is Campaign King on settling. Vogue shows the way from Groucho. They're followed by Military Plume. Northern Copy the outside, Bahrain, Ravenel between them. Campaign King second last. King Phoenix at the rear, 7 lengths from the lead. Small has Vogue at a steady pace in front by 2 1/4 lengths to Groucho at the 700. Military Plume third on the outside from Northern Copy. Ravenel the fence. Campaign King 8 lengths off the lead. King Phoenix and Bahrain drops to the rear. Vogue trying to steal the Noritake. William Reid Stakes 3 lengths in front of Groucho near the turn. Clark calling on Military Plume for his run. A half length away then Northern Copy. Campaign King going up on the fence. King Phoenix the outside and Ravenel. Vogue a length and a quarter in front. Groucho called for his effort in second placing. Then Military Plume 2 lengths. Campaign King, King Phoenix. They're into the straight, and Vogue challenged by Military Plume from Groucho, and then Campaign King. It's Vogue in front. He's fighting on too well. Vogue all the way. The Queensland champion. Vogue won from Military Plume.
They're settling in the stalls. The light is on. Ready, racing. I caught them as one. Beautiful start. Vogue is one of the first to get going when they settle down from Roman Artist. Groucho, Military Plume on the rails. Fourth from Luther's Luck, Beau Trist, then Northern Copy, Drought, and last of all King Phoenix. Vogue at the 1200 broke away and led 2 lengths to Roman Artist, settling second. He's not going to take him on. A length and a half Military Plume, a half to Groucho, 2 1/2 further back Beau Trist, and then Luther's Luck, Northern Copy. 3 further back King Phoenix, and a half further back in last placing is Drought. About to come down the hill. Vogue in front at the 850. Will he let him go down the hill? Small has a good grip. He's about 2 1/2 lengths clear. Roman Artist is second, and then a length Military Plume being ridden along hands and heels. A half to Groucho, who's travelled smoothly. 2 further back Beau Trist, Luther's Luck, and then Drought, Northern Copy, King Phoenix. 600 out. He's held on to Vogue, who led a length and a half to 2 lengths to Roman Artist on the corner. 1 to Groucho, who's travelled pretty sweetly, and then Military Plume. 3 lengths away then came around the outside King Phoenix. He goes now on the leader as they turn for home. Vogue shot 4 in front. Groucho and Military Plume together second, followed then by King Phoenix under the whip. He's gone for the whip on Vogue, but they're not making any ground on him. 200 to go. Vogue's got it. 1, he's walked in. Vic Rail's got this horse fit. Vogue's now 6 in front of King Phoenix, running up the second with Groucho and then Military Plume. Vogue's won by 5 lengths to King Phoenix.
Bonamy is ready, so the field has assembled for the 6th event. The light goes on, racing, and the starter sent them away pretty well, and one of the first to show out is Imprimatur. There goes Vogue up to the lead. In behind them, Dandy Andy, King of Brooklyn, Bonamy, and they're being followed closely by Our Draw with them, and then King Phoenix, Sarah Tough, and Adranito, Drought, and Cossack Warrior at the rear. Vogue sailing along in front at the 1200, leads by a good 6 lengths over Imprimatur. A length and a half or so to King of Brooklyn, 2 lengths to Our Draw on the inside of Bonamy. Vogue's gone further in front. 3 lengths to Dandy Andy midfield. 2 lengths farther away is Sarah Tough on the rails, and she's followed by King Phoenix the outside, and then Adranito followed by Cossack Warrior, and Drought brings up the rear. Vogue leads by 7 lengths at the 800 and going comfortably. Small's got a good grasp on the reins. Imprimatur is second. 2 lengths then to King of Brooklyn. Bonamy on the outside. Our Draw. They're being followed closely by Dandy Andy. Over on the outside is King Phoenix, and then Adranito followed by Drought, and Saratoff drops to the rear of the field with Cossack Warrior, but Vogue burning the turf in front, leads by 4 lengths at the 400 metres. Small looks back, sees that he's got a big advantage over the opposition. Bonamy going into second placing. Over on the outside, King Phoenix from Drought, but you can clap him home again. A brilliant display of speed and power. The Queensland champion, Vogue, has blitzed them. Bonamy, King Phoenix and Cossack Warrior fight out the placings. Vogue salutes the judge by 7 lengths to Bonamy. Cossack Warrior third.
They're set. Standing, lights on, racing. jumped away in a good even line. King Phoenix out to the rear early. Cameronic just in front as they settle down from Campaign King. Rancho Rulers up there too, and Vogue and El Vaquero up in the leading bunch from Aberidi, Caledonian Boy, King Phoenix and Globetrotter. Vogue's gone to the lead. He wasn't anxious to get there, but he's now taken over as they start to come down the hill. A length and a half Cameronic, a half away Rancho Ruler, a length and a half Campaign King, who's fourth on the rails. Then El Vaquero, a length Caledonian Boy, Aberidi, 3 to King Phoenix, 2.5 away Globetrotter. Going down to the 800 and the leader, Vogue, he's out 3 or 4 lengths in front now. Rancho Ruler and Cameronic together, a length El Vaquero, a half then to Campaign King on the inside. Then Caledonian Boy going forward from Aberidi, 1 to King Phoenix and 2 to Globetrotter. 600 out and Vogue by 3 lengths. Rancho Ruler's out after him now, followed then by Cameronic, that they're all off the bit. Then Caledonian Boy, Campaign King, a length and a half away, needs a run from El Vaquero and King Phoenix. Round the turn, Vogue led by 2.5 lengths. Rancho Ruler second, Campaign King's got out. On the outside of them, further back, Cameronic and Caledonian Boy. Vogue's only a length in front. Campaign King out after him at the 200 is tackling him. He's gone for the whip on Vogue. Campaign King's got to his girth. Vogue just in front. Campaign King trying. The bow in front. He's done it again. Vogue by a head to Campaign King.
Well, there's the light. They're racing. The starter sent them away evenly. Apollo Run, Foamy Ocean prominent early. Plume d'Avier going towards the lead, and Vogue races up into second spot, and Eberly Show coming around them. They go by the 1800. Plume d'Avier in front from Vogue under restraint, wanting to go faster. He's now on terms. About 2 lengths to Eberly Show, being followed then by Sister Shirley. In behind them, Apollo Run from Foamy Ocean, and then Shantaroon on the outside of Lord Highbrow, Congressman the rails. Kenzai and Celtic Spirit together next, and they're followed by Secret Seal, Terrific and Fair Sir at the rear. Small has Vogue bowling along in front as they go up towards the 1200. Vogue spreading them out now, leads 2.5 lengths over Plume d'Avier, 3 lengths to Eberly Show, 4 lengths Foamy Ocean on the outside of Sister Shirley. About 2 lengths farther away is Apollo Run, who is over on the inside rail. On the outside of him as Shantaroon, and they are being followed by Lord Highbrow from Congressman, then Kenzai, Secret Seal well back as Celtic Spirit with Terrific and Fair Sir at the rear, 20 lengths off the lead. Vogue steadied in front, approaching the 800. Eberly Show moves up and is only about a half length behind. 2 lengths to Plume d'Avier, a couple of lengths Foamy Ocean, Sister Shirley off the rail, Shantaroon next, Apollo Run, Congressman is on the fence, Lord Highbrow followed by Kenzai, Terrific, Fair Sir pulled out 10 lengths or so off the lead, and Secret Seal and Celtic Spirit at the rear. They're homeward bound, 500 to go. Vogue kicks again, straightens up about 2 1/4 lengths in front over Eberly Show. A couple of lengths to Congressman on the inside of Plume d'Avier. Kenzai getting up on the rail out wide of Shantaroon and Apollo Run. Vogue nicely in front at the 200. Small is going for dear life on him. He leads by 2.5 lengths over Eberly Show. Apollo Run finishing well from Kenzai. Vogue in front. He's hanging on. He's going to win his second successive Turnbull. Vogue reached the judge. Vogue by a length and a quarter.
He's not a champion, he's just a horse with outstanding ability, and you can never ever underestimate horses with that sort of ability.
There's the light, they're off. And Vogue out wide, jumped quickly, and he's racing around the field, and he should take up the running after the end of about 150 metres. There he goes to the front, Vogue from Ma Wong, Mr. Dynamite, Apollo Run, Crown Ridge and Impacera, Water Boatman Warn. So they go into the Smithfield Road side of the course up to the 1200. Small sitting against Vogue, and he lobs along in front, 3.5 lengths ahead of Ma Wong. 4 lengths to Apollo Run, a length and a half to Impacera. Crown Ridge a length away on the outside of Mr. Dynamite, being followed by Water Boatman, and Warren brings up the rear. 1,000 from the judge. Vogue sailing along in front at his leisure by 3.5 lengths to Ma Wong. They've increased their advantage. They're 8 lengths away from Apollo Run on the inside of Impacera. 3 lengths to Crown Ridge, about 2.5 lengths to Mr. Dynamite and Water Boatman, and Warren brings up the rear. Vogue going well within himself, leads by 3 lengths over Ma Wong at the turn into the straight. 3.5 lengths away Impacera. Impacera in third placing on the outside of Apollo Run, and a long gap then to Crown Ridge. Mr. Dynamite, Water Boatman warned. They're homeward bound at the 450, and Vo Rogue is travelling comfortably within himself with a lead of 2.5 lengths over Marwong. Thompson getting to work on Marwong. Small has pulled the whip out. He's waving it at Vo Rogue and looking back at Marwong. They're clear of Impacera and then Apollo Run with 100 to go. Home he goes. Vo Rogue, second year on end. The great performance in the Blamey Stakes. Barrier to box all the way over Marwong and Apollo Run. Vo Rogue, an exhibition gallop, has won by nearly 4 lengths to Marwong.
And up on top of the hill, Vo Rogue leads about 6 or 7 now from Celtic Air, and about 4 lengths back in third placing is Ideal Sentiment. He's followed 2.5 to Dandy Andy and 3/4 to Superimpose. They've gone past the 1,000 metre mark, and Vo Rogue retaining that 6 or 7 length break now as he gets to the railway side from Celtic Air, and 4.5 lengths back in third placing is Ideal Sentiment. Then Dandy Andy to the outside, and 2 lengths to Superimpose back at the rear, 12 from the leader. Vo Rogue races to the 600 metre mark, still 7 lengths in front of Celtic Air. Then Ideal Sentiment in third placing from Dandy Andy, Superimposed to the outside. The remaining 4 horses bunched up behind the Superstar when he sweeps to the turn. Vo Rogue, the leader, hasn't been asked to do anything. 400 to go. Leads only about 4 lengths now to Ideal Sentiment and Superimposed to the outside. And then Dandy Andy. Vo Rogue sweetly into the straight at the 300. Small sitting quietly on him. He leads about 5 lengths to Superimpose. In third placing, Ideal Sentiment, followed by Dandy Andy. Shakes up Vo Rogue with 100 metres to go. It's a walk, trot and canter for Vo Rogue. Here's win number 21. The Vo Rogue show keeps rolling along. Vo scores easily from Superimpose.
Set for action. Racing, Apollo Run a fraction slow to begin. Ideal Sentiment out fast. Vo Rogue's prominent. Superimpose in front early, and as they go 100 metres or so, Superimpose just in front under restraint. Vo Rogue strides up on the outside from Dandy Andy out. Poetic Prince a bit wide from Ideal Sentiment. Highland Chieftain the rail. Saratov, Stable Gossip, Apollo Run, Injustice. Up by the 1600, and Vo Rogue in front under a tight rein, but he's already 3 lengths to the good of Dandy Andy on the outside of Superimpose, who's settled all right. Highland Chieftain is next. Our Poetic Prince now only 1 off the rail, racing with them. 2 lengths Ideal Sentiment, Stable Gossip, and then Apollo Run. Saratov 3 wide, and Injustice at the rear. Going to the 1200, and Vo Rogue increases his lead. He's travelling kindly with an advantage here of 6 lengths over Dandy Andy. 2 lengths Superimpose on the inside of Our Poetic Prince. Nearly 2 lengths farther away, Highland Chieftain on the rails from Ideal Sentiment. Saratov is next from Stable Gossip, Apollo Run and Injustice. Past the 1,000, and Vo Rogue under a firm rein. 5 lengths to Dandy Andy, 1.25 to Superimpose and Our Poetic Prince. They're followed by Highland Chieftain, Ideal Sentiment, Saratov, Apollo Run, Stable Gossip, and last of all Injustice. Travelling to the turn, and Vo Rogue is sailing along. He's still got his ears pricked by more than 3 lengths over Dandy Andy, who's got to cart them up closer to the leader if he can. Our Poetic Prince is following Dandy Andy, Superimpose on the rails, and then Highland Chieftain, Ideal Sentiment, Apollo Run into the straight and going by the 400, and it's Small waving the whip at Vo Rogue. He leads by about 3 lengths here. Our Poetic Prince going up on the outside of Dandy Andy and Superimpose well clear of the rest. 200 metres from home, and Vo Rogue is going great guns. He's more than 2.5 lengths in front over Superimpose, and then Our Poetic Prince, and Vo Rogue is going to lead all the way again. A great performance in the Australian Cup. Vo Rogue scores.
I'd like to thank Cyril for riding the horse, and the owners for giving me the horse to train, and I also like to thank all the people and everything that come in and all the backing that they give him. I think he deserves it. Thank you.
I always seem to get up here last. I've got to follow these other two. I'd especially just like to thank the horse. I think he done a marvellous job.
Vo Rogue is the leader. Vo Rogue by a length on Marimbula Bay, the first to go after him. Here comes Groucho. Stylish Century is still there. Don't Play not getting much room. And From the Planet down the extreme outside. But Vo Rogue won't give up. He's still in front. Groucho's grabbing him now. Groucho coming at Vo Rogue. Don't Play getting a rails run. Vo Rogue in front. He's got a heart as big as himself. He'll win. Vo Rogue. Vo Rogue has cracked it at last in Sydney.
Better Loosen Up is starting to finish quickly on the outside. Vogue in front by 3 at the 200. Better Loosen Up the danger. Superimpose coming quickly. Vogue about 2 lengths in front of Better Loosen Up. Superimpose. Vogue with 100 to go by a length. He's holding them at bay. The Rogue will win his second in a row. Vogue wins at a length. Better Loosen Up. Superimpose is third, 3/4 of a length away.